Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's get into the story. There are allegations that the ANC ministers are busy plotting against each other but using state resources to advance their political agendas. This was revealed by the Sunday World, where they dropped some leaked messages, and then the NPA came out to clear their name. This was because they were alleged to have reopened a case against Paul Mashatile for a perjury case. Now, this news came in coincidentally where the ANC NEC was also sitting for their meeting. We'll talk about all of these and other activities from this NEC meeting, and also statements that both departments have put out in an attempt to clear their names. Let's take a look at this one further. Please give this video a thumbs up in support of this channel, and let's continue.
The case I've opened is for fraud, impersonation, obstruction of justice. This follows an article in Sunday World today that purported that there are two ministers who are working with NPA or putting pressure on NPA to charge and prosecute the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa. This as well was followed by circulating messages that bared few numbers that resembled my number, official state number, and also in that conversation it purports almost like myself. I'm talking to one of the employees at NPA, also dropping the name of Minister Nchabeni and the President, making it as if the three of us have decided and are actually pursuing charges against the Deputy President.
Guys, let's get further on into the story now, because the ANC is already suffering a dwindling support from the general public, and now they are also facing succession battles from within. Judging from such incidents, well, the Sunday World reported on the 30th of March that there is something going on in there. They even had screenshots of WhatsApp messages, but they are alleging that there are two city press journalists there. So it's journalists against journalists, politicians against politicians here. So the Sunday World is alleging that two city press journalists, which are named in the WhatsApp messages, they published two stories and they were paid to run some sort of propaganda. So these are the names that are circled here, and they are also mentioned in those WhatsApp messages. Of course, the NPA came out and told us in their statement that they have no idea about those messages, that they found them to be fabricated, and they blamed technology having the ability to do that. And they also went out and opened a case against whoever is involved, of course. And the NPA also notified that they will be laying a complaint against the Sunday World for false reporting. So here we are now looking at what are they up to, guys, because we need to make sure that we are safe as a country, right? Well, it did not look pretty at all, and the part that made it worse is the fact that they are actually articles.
Of course, it's important for us to protect institutions that are of democracy, but also that are looking at implementing our justice system. One of the critical institutions that must continue to be protected for its independence, that's NPA. We have seen previously how the issues of state capture have compromised our institution to the point that they've come to collapse. I'm one of those that have committed that will ensure that we rebuild our institutions, but we allow them to function without fear or favor. And that's why it's important for me to open this case, because we cannot allow where in the public domain an impression is given that these institutions are compromised to the point that they cannot do their work. But more importantly, no one, including myself, must interfere with the law institutions or institutions that are meant to do their work, whether it's for or against an individual. It's important that we emphasize to South Africans that we will not have political interference of any sort in the work of the NPA. And I reassure South Africans of my commitment to fulfilling my obligation and to abiding by my oath of office, to ensuring that I do what is expected, to ensure that the environment is conducive for public to access justice in this country. Thank you.
In terms of people's reception to the story, some are saying that it's really giving like it's Paul Mashatile launching his own campaign. Yes, there was a campaign that was against him, right? To score his name, to mar his name. But he is also launching his own campaign by using the victim approach. As we saw with Jacob Zuma, it worked well for him that, bayangisukela abafuni ngiphakame, blah, blah, blah. So they are saying, Paul Mashatile could have been the one who's pushing and leaking his story or his camp, because also there was comment that was given from his spokesperson. Yeah, so as they were having that meeting, sparks were probably flying and the camps were probably convening, considering that it was a meeting that involved a lot of ANC members from across the country in the different structures. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Will it spill over into governance of the country? They still have to come together and give us a functioning budget. They still have to fix the AfriForum issue and also the land issue, the USA issue, the Blue Star country, because you can't really name it. Apparently, when you name that, your video gets shadow banned. What are your thoughts on this? Is the ANC collapsing within? So meaning people don't even have to worry about voting it out. It's already voting itself out with their internal politics. Let's see how this one plays out, because it looks like it's a developing story, and these succession battles came way too early. I mean, when is the next elective conference? It's about 3 or 4 years to go, so it's way too early for these factions in the ANC. It's the same that we saw when Zuma was in there, where there were people who are pro-Zuma and there were people who are pro-Cyril Ramaphosa. We might see that again, because according to this chat, this came from the president. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.